The honeymoon period is not a thing. We have been gaslit to accept a man pulling back, a man changing his behavior, a man acting out as the removal or the expiration of the honeymoon period. Listen to this interview that Priscilla Clark just posted with this expert talking about this phenomenon that every woman has experienced, where a man, after a period of idealism, a period of him taking care of her, a period of him acting on his best behavior, he then starts to pull back and become toxic. You start to see his shadow sides, and in many cases he becomes abusive. Listen to what this expert deems this process as, and he explains it so perfectly. I especially want you to listen to the end, because he talks about a woman's love and whether or not that love has the potential or has the power to change that man, to get back to the way he was in the beginning, or to help him to overcome this shadow side. I think you can probably predict what his answer is going to be.
The collective change at the moment, the stage it's in, is simply men are in crisis.
Right.
They're falling apart. Your strength, be sexually attractive, be economically strong for the woman. It's just not working. It's a historical force. And I think this is why you're seeing the rage from men. You're seeing the increase in the sexual violence, in the domestic abuse. You're seeing the incels. Men need to be strong. No, they need to be psychologically literate. So with the male, the sexual attraction, now because of all these years of conditioning since the Industrial Revolution, we know we have to be gentlemen, okay, and we have our education, we have our jobs, so our brains are slightly changing. They're saying, okay, we can't just go out and be animals and predators and grab the woman. So we are trying to behave. It's not our natural condition. Now, what happens is that when a man gets into an intimate relationship with a woman, okay, after all that initial transaction of seduction and attraction and charming, what happens next is that the shadow side of the man starts to come out. And what the woman will trigger in him, okay, is that he'll start to feel safe. Oh, okay, I'm feeling loved, I'm feeling wanted, I'm getting the sex that I need. So slowly the woman's position is now going to change from somebody that he's taking out and whining and dining, and I'm sure women know this, to sudden loss of interest. It's like he's not interested in you anymore. He's not into you anymore, because he knows he can get the sex and he's done the conquest, and now he has you. What happens next? Really interesting question. So men recede and drop back into, it's okay for my dark side to come out, because I know this person loves me. She's going to accept me. So it leaks out bit by bit. Okay, so maybe they're just depressed. Their depression will start to come out, and they don't do things around the house. Okay, so that's just an example. Sorry, it's stereotypical. Yeah. It's all individual, right? Mm-hmm. But they'll start to act out really slowly their own dysfunction that they're hiding from themselves. And as time goes on, the woman doesn't quite realize this, and she starts to become what we call the projective object. All right, so men will start to project on her. Unbelievable behavior to a male is quite normal, because he has his family. You have to love me. Okay, so now let me tell you what a horrible guy I am. Let me tell you how much I want to control things. So the male starts to act out, and all these, sorry, very trivial examples, and it can actually escalate, right? So that's the lower end. Then it starts to escalate into emotional neglect. Then it starts into, I'm not interested in you. I want to be with the guys. I want to watch the television. I've got my own things to do. Or it's work. Or then it starts escalating to anger and abuse and control and gaslighting. And then it can get very violent. And then you're in a very, very bad place. Now, the trouble is women have become victim to the male shadow. That's a Jungian term. All right. So what happens is when you feel loved, it's okay to be the bad guy, because she's still going to stay there, right? She loves me.
Right.
And that's the transaction that women are then stuck and thinking, but I do love him. And this is the painful bit, is that women feel that their love will conquer the darkness of the man. It does not, okay? Because you need a psychological deep process to fix the man. And your love is going to get abused and trashed because it frankly doesn't stand a chance, okay?